If they go to credits from right here, it's gonna be kind of jarring. Oh my gosh. They actually went to credits right here. Okay. Lost Sphear, it's finally done. And I can finally try to wrap up my thoughts on this game. I was actually considering writing down my thoughts because this game is just a roller coaster of not greatness, anti-greatness. And it would have been better if I just had like these bullet points to go off of, because I wanted to think about the good things that this game did. And I'm going to be 100% honest here. I can't think of anything immediately off the top of my head of what this game did great. You know, what it improved over other games. There are a few things that I really liked, such as a lot of the mechanics and game design choices. I've mentioned before that party members get experience when they're dead. They get full experience. Side party members that are not in your active party, they get full experience without having to swap into the combat or anything like that. So your entire party will stay at the level of your main party the whole game. And there's really no games that do that. There's always some sort of penalty to experience. So I really appreciate this game doing that. And it's a breath of fresh air. I hope more games can implement that or something similar to that. I'm looking at you, Pokemon. Experience share does not count. All right. What else did I really like about this game? The customization actually for the Sprite Knight. That was actually really nice. That does lead into there were still credits rolling. Why are you fading to white? The customization of Sprite Knight options were actually pretty good as well. End save. I don't know what that meant. Okay. Can I find out what this does real quick while I'm talking? Oh, it just starts the game again. Anyways, the customization, there was some really nice customization options. There's a lot of little momentum abilities that you can use. And momentum as a whole was actually an interesting mechanic. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Legend of Dragoon. I know I've been comparing these games quite a few times, but there's actually a lot of similarities between them. In Legend of Dragoon, they have this active battle system where you gotta time the button press to continue the combo. And this game kind of takes that a step back, which is not a bad thing necessarily. And they got these like timed a single time button press that allows you to do more damage, or in the case that I really like, add an additional effect to your attack. And that's a really nice idea. However, it falls flat with the counter Sprite Knight, unfortunately. Regrettably, it just... Okay, so this is New Game Plus, basically. Regrettably, counter Sprite Knight is just terrible. I still don't even know what actually triggers these things. I mean, it says it right here. Momentum charges to activate 2 or more. All right. So there's 2 ways I interpret this. You have 2 momentum charges on you, and then the effect: when one ally takes physical damage, that damage is reduced by 20. So there's no no additional um, bonuses or no additional interaction needed. It just happens automatically. Then you can also read it where, you know, when the ally takes damage, you can activate the counter Sprite Knight to reduce the damage by 20%. It's a coin flip for me. Which one is it? Um, it also leads into these are just not powerful enough. Momentum charges are so strong, and they're so strong because what are these called? Um, I don't even know what those ones are called. What are they called? Guess I don't get to find out, but whatever they're called, those things are so strong. And so why would you ever save up 2 momentum charges to get 20% less damage on one attack against an ally or something like that? Just not strong enough. Momentum charges let me poison people and get more ATB and more momentum charges, remove debuffs, remove cooldowns, you know? I mean, it's a no-brainer to use momentum charges. To add counter Sprite Knights kind of interrupts the synergy of the Sprite Knight system, and they just feel out of place for me. Uh I don't really want to talk or get too in depth with the story. The story in a nutshell is a guy inherits some powers of the moon, and he decides that he needs to become the ultimate race because the moon decides that it needs to wipe out the most powerful race that's currently living every some odd years. So this guy decides, you know, hey, Crom in this case, like, I'm going to take over the moon. I'm going to become the most powerful person in the world, and I'm going to rebuild the world for myself or something like that. And there's a lot of stumbles along the way. If you've watched the whole playthrough, you've heard me rant a million times about where the story is going and how it doesn't make any sense. And this is different. This is this is not how the game started off at the beginning. This was interesting. There were no spheres harmed in this game. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, J Beast. Where the heck am I? Is the game not over? Did I speak too soon? Can I think of anything else? You know, I could mention the texture work. I like the texture work, but move on from that. Are there anything else that I really want to speak about in regards to this game? Oh, I do need to say, you know, is this game worth playing? I will say, not really. Is it worth $50? Not a chance. This game is probably, at most, for me, a $10 to $20 game. It's not necessary to play. Overall, you know, when I take everything into account, just not a great game. It's an average game. Which, you know, I've been saying this entire time, you know, average doesn't necessarily mean bad, but there's stuff that we expect out of video games. And yeah, you know, we can get our expectations pretty high. I went in this game with pretty much zero expectations. I didn't play Lost Setsuna. I've only seen people talk about it, and it's been really, really underwhelming. So I wasn't expecting this game to be phenomenal. But I was expecting this game to hit on the Chrono Trigger vibes, I guess, that it was desperately trying to hit, and I didn't get any of that. So overall, I will only recommend this game to the die-hardest of JRPG fans that just really wants to just play another RPG. You know, like you have no other RPG games to play, no other games that you want to play. The game's on sale for about 15 bucks. You know, go ahead and pick it up. You got yourself a 25 to 30 hour game or so. I'll check my playtime here in a second. And you know, you got a relatively engaging combat. Yeah. Some of the enemies are pretty cool. I hear they reuse a lot of the enemies from I Am Setsuna though, which is a little tragic. I'll have to add that the dungeon design wasn't very inspiring. It was pretty generic. I've mentioned a couple times of practical dungeon design, which I will add. There are hardly any games out there that implement practical dungeon design. But, you know, I gotta mention it anyways. It's always something I'm keeping an eye on. So, oh, 20 hours. I beat the game in 20 hours. Jesus. Ooh. I'm generally in the camp of about $1 an hour. Sometimes $2 an hour is a pretty good metric for me. I didn't even get $2 an hour. Oh. It's fine though. I'm happy to play new games. I don't regret playing this game. I feel like I overpaid for the game, but I don't feel like I wasted my money, if that makes sense. You know, I'm happy to play new and interesting RPGs that come out, even though this one really wasn't that interesting. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, I guess. Can I fish? 56. All right. Looking for the rest of my party members. I'm actually gonna finish this out. This is not how the beginning of the game started off. So I think we might have maybe some new content here. I was expecting a New Game Plus, but actually I wasn't expecting a New Game Plus, but when I started again, you know, like, okay, you know, got a New Game Plus. I bet you're just gonna stay right there and not look anywhere. Also, to keep up my sporadic thoughts in regards to this game, lot of plot holes. Just plot hole city. Some things didn't quite make sense. Some things just kind of felt shoehorned. I don't know. Combat was okay though. I also like how many party members they gave us. Eight party members, I think, in total. And for the most part, the party is relatively diverse. My favorite character is probably Van. Shara probably comes in second. Van is just an absolute realist throughout this game. He kind of softens up a little bit towards the end, but you know, he kills the main character. I mean, I already got into the whole point of Kanata and co forgiving him for that. I mean, that's ludicrous in of itself. But you know, Van has probably the most character development in this game. That's including Kanata. Kanata doesn't really go anywhere. Not really. He's just kind of a happy-go-lucky, I'm gonna move forward. I'll hit a stumbling block once or twice. But for the most part, you know, he's gonna be himself. And all the other characters really kind of fall flat. Shara has a lot of moments where she shines, but she doesn't get that much dialogue, which is kind of crazy because she's the fifth party member. Oh, you know who's missing? Lumina is missing. Have they mentioned that yet? I don't think they mentioned that yet. But yeah, we start off with Lumina, and then we get Locke, then we get Van, and then I don't recall if we get Shara or Obaro after that. But we'll run with this crew, I think. Doesn't look too bad. But I mean, since it appears we have some extra content to work with here, let's check out some items. Chrono. I'll buy one of those. We're gonna buy that just because I have a feeling it's gonna be better. I'm gonna buy that too. Already, that is holy damage. I'll buy a couple of those. Ooh, Black Sprite Knight. Alright, let's flip some peeps real quick. Chrono damage. You ever heard of chrono damage? Old dragons. Oh yeah, that is totally worth. Executor. Yeah, we'll bump up his we'll go ahead and do that. Give you that rare metal. I think we're gonna keep with the Z board. You got Mjolnir. Top gun. Give me that mishmash. Fortify. We need to fortify. Claymore. Why is that so weak? Sacred staff. Here's another thing. The UI in this game is not what I would prefer it to be. I'll show an example of what I'm talking about. Back in here. Oh, that is equipped. Okay. Let me sell some stuff here. All the stuff that's not equipped. Probably shouldn't sell that. There's something else I probably shouldn't sell, but oh well. Go back and buy all these. Fortify. I mean, I guess this could be a decent example of just how I need to do this every time I need to accomplish something. It just gets kind of obnoxious, I guess. You know, I'm gonna show an actual example here in a second. Shockwave. Lame. Don't have any of these. 4 hits. That was pretty good. Go ahead and snag one of those. No resurrect, unfortunately. 0 force. Asgard. Ally. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Ooh. That is really good. Ooh, that is really good. Vortex. Oh my gosh. Some really good stuff there. Fate War. Where was the one that gave all allies momentum? There we go, this one. Buy one of those. Bear with me here. Apparently we got more game to go. This credits video is going to be incredibly awkward on YouTube. I like using shiny. Wish I could see the cooldowns. My biggest annoyance. Go with that. Alright, let's continue. Go ahead and save. Final Clash. I mean, we're still on that particular... Wait, is this is a new zone. This is not the same world map area. I mean, it's just like same stuff, but man, I thought I was gonna finish this game. What have we got, like 10 more hours left. That would be crazy. They gave me the credits though. What? This reminds me of Persona 5, where you're playing the game, and the game ends. The game's like, we got some more game. You're not ready. All those credits, that's not the end, bro. Just the beginning. Teleportation energy field. We knew that. Alright, so just so that I can have a great stopping point for my YouTube video, that's going to wrap up my initial post-credit thoughts and during credit thoughts of Lost Sphear. And that's that.